This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to today's edition of the Pit Stop, where you guys are the real star of today's show, guys and girls, because we are here to talk about sim racing and what is going on in the world of sim racing. Every day, so much going on. Today we have a short news day, so we'll move things along rather quickly, but there are some cool stories to talk about nonetheless. So let's bring down our graphic, because I've been historically making mistakes. Look at that, I got my address up there. Still continuing amateur hour from yesterday. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm trying very hard to get it right, but keep making stupid mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, how many of you guys are having audio problems ever since like the last Windows update? Seems like every other time I turn on my computer, Windows has reset all of my audio settings, and it's starting to aggravate me just a little bit. Are you guys experiencing the same problem? Anyway, different story. Back to sim racing. Forza Motorsport, they are talking about a few different things on their Twitter feed. Number one, today, 11 o'clock, so just a couple hours from now, they are going to have a live stream for Forza Horizon 4 at We Are Playground, and they're taking a look at autumn and showing off even more gameplay, events, plus chatting with the devs. So that could be cool for you Forza fans. This is going to be some of our first real look, or our second real look inside of the game. Also, there's some voting going on for the next Forza 7 Community Choice rival poll, whether you want it to be the Formula Mazda, the Formula Ford, the Radical SR8, or the Ultima 1020 spec. So a couple things going on there. I know we have a few avid Forza fans. I believe Sunday we are going to start up our Forza informal series that we're working on it. Windows has made, yeah, I can imagine, because every time I turn on my computer, it changes my sound properties. It's getting really aggravating, and for me, it's affecting me as a streamer, because every time I go to stream, it has changed my audio properties, and I have maybe 4 or 5 different audio inputs going on. So anyway, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not... it is what it is. I'm not happy about it. It's making my life very difficult. Gran Turismo is showing off what they had going on at the Goodwood Festival. So we Goodwood, it's so obvious that, cars and stars are going to be there, and it's going to be the event to be at, one of the greatest motorsport events in the world. But what also goes on there is that a lot of devs, a lot of sim companies end up there in various different forms. This obviously is a Porsche display. Look at that. Oh, the Rothmans Rally Porsche. That's one of my all-time favorites right there. Anyway, Gran Turismo is there, so I'm just kind of showing off their work, and, that's it. Oh, PlayStation-sponsored car. But out at one of the greatest events. Ooh, look at this. Every time Gran Turismo goes somewhere, they manage to show up with a completely new rig. And you can see some kids here driving the rigs with Thrustmaster wheels. Look at that. TGT, it looks like. Yep, sure is. What else? Project Cars. So they've got, I don't even know the details on this one. It's yet another esport competition going on. So this week, Project Cars qualifying is open for the Belcar e-racing series. I guess it's not an esport, it's a series. You follow the link, it'll take you to their community page at the Project Cars website. Drop. Yeah, I gotta go to Goodwood. That one's on my bucket list, or newly added. I mean, I talk about it each year. I think about it, and now all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, I gotta get there. Brad, you saw that? I meant to mention that. Yeah, Emerson Fittipaldi. See him? There he is in the background. I wonder if that's his wife and kids. No words on it, but a cool thing for them to be out there. But if you're looking for some racing on Project Cars, this is one you might want to check out. It's going to be a GT3 series. GTs, man. GT, GT3, GTE. This is the big push in sim racing. I have a whole topic on that later, actually, in the show. F1, getting the word out. So they're doing their press tour. It's just a photo of a press event that they did in Spain. What's wrong with this picture? I'm Codemasters. I'm F1 2018. I'm going to do a press junket. And I'm going to invite the media to try out my new game. What's wrong? What's wrong with this photo, guys? Anyone? Anyone see what's dangerously, desperately wrong? Wow, I even see one in the background, but no one's sitting in it. Not a single wheel. Devin Booth with the great answer there. Devin Booth of the Simpit crew channel. Yeah, there's a rig. I see a play seat with a wheel on it in the background. I see a thing, but all these dudes are playing on controllers. Controllers! What is wrong with that? Come on. All I can say is call some real media. Game Debate has the system requirements for F1 2018. You know, it's kind of funny. You think about the difference between PC gaming and console gaming. And I don't think I've ever heard the word system requirements when talking console. It's sort of the opposite of the whole concept of a console. But here are the basic requirements. Minimum requirements, you're going to need Windows 7 64-bit. 3.8 gigahertz i3 will do, 8 gigs RAM, GPU 2 gig minimum. They're recommending a GT 640 or Radeon HD 7750. 50 gigabyte hard space gives you an idea of the size. Recommended specs are really coming in pretty low, or not low, but very manageable. i5 3.6 gigahertz, 8 gigabytes RAM, 3 gigabyte video memory, a 1060 with 3 gigs should get it done for you. And that's on their recommended. So I think most of us have computers that exceed that. And that's good news, as that game is, geez, coming up in June, July, August, next month. Wow. Race Room has their competition. This is that big drive to race, race to drive. I can't remember the exact name. But they are getting ready for the you know, from sim racing to real life racing. And here are the big names that are going at it for that prize running in this. That's the crossbow, right? Is that the crossbow or the other one? I can't remember. I think that's the crossbow. There are a couple of cars that look like that. So when is this going on? This is going on. Live stream will be at 1800 GMT. So we are there. It is happening. It will be on YouTube. So in 111 minutes. If you guys want to, I'm going to put this, you know, a lot of you guys are at work and it's hard for you to find entertainment on the side while you're at work. But in 111 minutes, that'll be going on. That'll actually conflict with the stream I'm doing. So don't watch that. Whatever you do, don't watch that. Fanatics website is dead. Wow. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, Booth, I agree. That seems really low. I would throw more at it than that. Some more out of Assetto Corsa. So they're at the Blancpain GT series during the 24-hour of spot. Wait. During the which day? Yeah, they're going to be there. So sorry, forgive me. I just want to make sure that the dates didn't make sense. But the 24 hours of Spa is coming up, and Assetto Corsa Competizione will be there. So if you want to get a first-hand, it's better than a look, a feel when they go to these Blancpain events. They're bringing rigs, they're bringing sims, and you guys can actually try it out. So that is going on from the Assetto Corsa camp. In addition to that, they just kind of have some more. They're starting to. We talked about it just the other day. Oh, that's Mark Pook, Aussie Sim, Aussie Stig. But we already talked about some of the various different screenshots. If you go, you'll find a few more than even what I've posted so far. Those all look repetitive, except for the blue Lambo. Is that a Lambo? Man, I'm not researching my cars well enough. What car is that, you guys? Forgive me. Also, some Misano gameplay. So that's from that event they did about 3-4 weeks ago. So lots going on. Assetto Corsa Competizione is getting closer and closer. We've talked very little about Dakar as it gets closer and closer to the date. Pre-order is now available, I believe. And that pre-order is going to include Ari Vatanen. I don't know his name. Forgive me. I'm not a huge Euro rally follower. But this is an iconic driver, iconic car. So if you are a rally fan, you're going to be like, no way, that car. Anyway, this is the car that you're going to get as a pre-order bonus. So if that is something you've got to have, that's going to be the only way to get it. Tarbo, it's going great, man. It's going very, very good. It was a Locust? What's a Locust? What is a locust? They will also announce the release date for the EA of ACC at Spa. Okay, so we're going to have to pay attention. Any of you guys go there, get us photos, get us the word, get it to us so we can announce it on the pit stop. Quick, quick, quick. Early access is the EA. I missed that, so I had to go back and look at it. So what's more, we'll also be unveiling the PC Steam early access release date. Thank you very much, Kayumi, for that. We already talked Dakar. Some other screenshots of that car actually at Worth Gaming. So this is that Peugeot that is going to be the bonus pre-order content. And, you know, all their videos looked really, really snazzy and nice. And then all of a sudden, this almost looks like an older rally game in a weird way. Am I wrong? That is a cool screenshot right there. I love it. So that's coming to us from Worth Gaming if you want to see some more of the imagery of that DLC. I'm sorry, not DLC. It's a kit car? That was a kit car? That couldn't have been a kit car. Is that really a kit car? This is a kit car? Whoops. Sorry, I have to go back and look. I'm not sure. Well, if it is, I feel a lot better because I was completely stumped as to what it was. Now, what do the pros need? You know, I'm testing the AccuForce wheel. It's an awesome wheel. I have a Leo Bodner wheel that I'm madly in love with. I use Ricmotech hydraulic pedals. I love them. I'm using the Fanatic V3 inverted right now. I love them. There is some incredible components available to us sim racers. But what do you really need? Well, Joni Tormala, this is his Elite Sim setup. Just a Logitech, pedals on the floor, nothing even elaborate about it. Single screen headphones. What do you need? Single screen headphones and a simple wheel. It's a Huracan. That makes much more sense. Oh, I can't keep up with your guys' jokes. You know, you got to keep it pretty straightforward. I can only follow you so much. Leo Bodner and Hostingveld are both sponsoring this car, so this sim racing coach is hitting the real track. Carlos is the driver name. Initial D. Look at that initial D on the hood. A lot of you guys are going to dig that. Carlos Casas is the driver, sim racing coach. And that will be a cool car. Where are they running? I don't even know where they're running. I just thought it was a cool picture. Hyundai Accent at, looks like an autocross event. I'm seeing slaloms. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know. Maybe somebody can translate for me. But cool to see some sim racing companies on a real-life car. That's good for spreading the word of sim racing. Excuse me. Let me grab a swig of coffee. Spatial, you are or you're not, and you are not, as you said. Your words, not mine. All right. Tomorrow night, hot lap hump day. I should say tomorrow afternoon. Totally conflicts with my nap time. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. for me, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. for you on the East Coast. Remember last month, hot lap hump day, Ricmotech invites some people down to Ricmotech there in South Florida. They invite the guys at Extreme Motorsport to come out and race with them. And they invite some of us, the pit crew, to come race with them. Nobody knows the car. Nobody knows the track. Just a straight-up hot lap competition, and it's going to happen tomorrow. I will be streaming the entire thing live from my end. I won't be driving all 4 hours, but I will be on and off the track the whole 4 hours, seeing how I can do. I have not done that well. I always come out of the gates looking good, and then by the end I fall to 5th through 10th place, it seems. So we're going to have to work a little harder tomorrow. So that'll be going on. Hot Lap Hump Day with Ricmotech. Rocket League now tops the Xbox Store sales, and this happened right after they created and started selling their Game Pass inclusion. So Rocket League continues to be really, it's been at the top end of the charts since it came out. Now they are leading the charts, and this is a long time after the game's release, so that's pretty impressive. Aventador? Oh, see, I don't feel that bad now. You guys are having a hard time answering the question. Raging Gazebo has an article on 6 racing series that need to make a comeback. 6 quality racing gems. So I'll go through that one, and you guys can let me know. What do you think? Midnight Club. Does that need a remake? Is that a forgotten game that we need back in our library? Burnout. Is Burnout worthy of a remake? Crash Team Racing. Never played it in my life. Test Drive. We talk about Test Drive all the time. And Road Rash, which I'm not sure they realized, but that one kind of got a remake from a different company under the name Road Redemption, which we've played here on the show and enjoyed. And then lastly, F-Zero. Oh man, did I play a lot of F-Zero. And that new game that I'm not going to talk about anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that a picture from the new game? Anyway, 6 games that Raging Gazebo feels it should be remade. Nor had I, Tom. It was sent in to me by the man. I talked about GT cars being all the rage. You want to hear someone else's opinion? Paul Jeffrey of Race Department, editor-in-chief, did a whole write-up. This is a letter that he supposedly sent to the developers. Open letter to developers. Why the lack of touring cars in sim racing? And he goes on to talk about how GT3s are just everywhere, every game, everywhere you turn. Every sim, every esport. What's happening to the touring cars? I love racing touring cars. They actually make for really good, close, door-to-door racing. I'd almost call a touring car like the NASCAR of road racing, which means they can handle some bumping and banging. And anyway, that's a good question, though. And you wonder, you look at, like when the Porsche license opened up, how every game, like all of a sudden that new RSR was in every single game on Earth. We are very creatures of habit. No, we're really, we really jump on the bandwagon. We really jump on the train. Things will really become like viral and then disappear. Or, you know, it's like, oh, it's kind of funny. Anyway, where are the touring cars? GT Planet has a write-up on Ride 3 Lake Garda. Looks like a biker's paradise. Haven't even watched the video. I'm just mentioning it because we do have some motorcycle fans, motorcycle game fans, and that looks like real-life footage to me. So I guess, oh, the making of Lake Garda. So this is them showing the imagery and what they use to create the game mapping. Oh, look at that, a drone getting busy in sim racing. We knew that would happen. Let's see. Properties on Las Vegas Strip switched some things up to cater to millennials. I really screwed that up. We talked about the big esport arena opening in Vegas. Vegas is saying that the 20 to 30-year-old group, 20 to 30-year-olds make up 40% of the visitors to Vegas, which means Vegas, which was always, you know, the Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, you know, mentality. I mean, Vegas had this one mindset for decades and decades and decades, but now things have changed, and now they have to cater to the 20 and 30-year-olds, not to some old fart like me, which means, I don't know last time you guys went there, but I was kind of blown away last time I was in Vegas, and I go through, and the slot machines, obviously they're not the old school slot machines where you pull the crank and the things spin like they used to. Now they're all video games, and you see things like Britney Spears and just like current culture. I mean, there's probably a Kim Kardashian slot machine at this point. And just in the casinos, you can see how things have changed. But I think you're going to see a lot more of not just the big esport arena, but a lot more like VR-purposed facilities, entertainment-type facilities. You go there and it's not all gambling. Now it's like that, what's that cool golf where you swing and you hit on the driving range, but it's sort of like enhanced with a video game. Top Golf, is that what they call it? Bowling variations. You know, you're going to see a lot more interactive things, and I think Vegas will always be known for gambling and drinking, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But I think you will see a massive change over the next decades to a much more young audience, tech-savvy version of Vegas. And I know it's not sim racing related, but it is gaming related. 20-year anniversary game reactor. Racing and winning as a team is a key in Team Sonic Racing. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. If you want to hear more about Team Sonic Racing and some of the tips from the pros, I guess, you can go to gamereactor.eu.news and find that. And that's how I'm going to handle stories like that from now on. Last Word on Motorsport.com has a write-up talking simulation racing takes racing from pavement to pixels. And they're talking about, I just the other day was mentioning the amount, and I kind of put F1 eSport on top, but you know, you have the WRC, you have the Mercedes eSport competition, iRacing World Championships, Project Cars Championships, eSport across the board. It is exploding, and the reason I mention it is, again, look at how much the real-life motorsport world is taking notice of us now. One of my favorite series is having a big event coming up. So Lionheart is prepping for the 4th running of the iRace for Gauge Indy 500. And the iRace for Gauge is a charity event they do for, I'm sorry, what's Gage's last name? I can't remember. But Gage is an 11-year-old who's already had 4 open heart surgeries. And I don't know his relationship to the series, but this is the 4th year that they've been doing everything they can to raise funds to help him and, well, obviously that family out with the ongoing surgery for Gage. But this is one of their big events. It's going to be the Indy 500, and this is coming up day before yesterday. This was sent in to me. Forgive me. I obviously didn't proofread quite enough. So what we're really going to have to do, Lionheart preps for the 4th running. Because this came to me on 7/13. Well, anyway, you'll be able to find the replay. Forgive me. I'll see if I can salvage something here. You will be able to find the replay at GSRC, and you can find out how that big event... No, I just got a text message, I do believe, or something on my phone. All right, computer deals. We got a lot of deals going on. Number 1, Amazon Prime sale. Isn't that still on for like another 12 hours or so? NewEgg had their reactionary sale to Amazon Prime. So, for example, $189 for a Ryzen 7 1700X 8-core 3.4 hertz chip. PC Gamer has a write-up on the best Prime Day deals on GPUs. So, for example, here's the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1080 WindForce for $449. Various different cool video cards. Let's see. We're going to come back to that one. Excuse me. NVIDIA price cut on the 1080 in addition to that. Smorgasbord of PC part deals. Another article talking about all the deals on parts going on at... Richie was the commentator. Oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you. I can't believe I missed the date on that one. I really screwed the pooch on that one. Sorry about that. NewEgg has a big deal for, so this is with a promo code, the Cooler Master Liquid 240 Liquid Cooler. And this thing is only $49.99 compared to normally $90. 18 fan ST26 is the code. Amazon has deals on Oculus Rift, so $50 off on that one. And they also have $100 in gift cards for purchasers of the Vive Pro. So, the main point of the story, I don't know if you saw the theme here on hardware, but TikTok, if you are going to buy any hardware, it is the time right now, unless you're going to hold out for massive price drops. But between Amazon Prime Day sale and NewEgg's counter to that sale, you should really take care of anything you need right now. Monitors have been a big topic on the show. A lot of you guys ask me daily about monitors, what to use. Here's an article at PC Gamer. Should I use a 4K TV as a computer monitor? And it goes on, you know, and has a couple ways of looking at it. You know, the first part of that question is simple. Yes, you can use any TV with HDMI inputs. And then it goes on to other things, factors like size, speed, quality, all of that. So any of you who really want, I mean, I don't like giving technical answers on things that I don't know super well. There are people who can give you much better recommendation on monitors. I know minimums. I know what works for me. I know I was, you know, given these Asus kick-ass monitors. They work awesome. But PC gamer, should I use a 4K TV as a computer monitor? And then the last story isn't even a story. A lot of people ask me about the guys at Feel VR, and especially after the whole Fnatic launch video, this topic came back up, and a few people had said, hey, those guys just kind of like did their little tour and then completely fell off the map. And I thought, you know, they're kind of right. So I went and double checked Indiegogo is where their crowdfunding site was, and there's an actual post from 5 days ago from Alex Ganatko, who came to my studio and let me try out the Feel VR wheel. But they're sorry for fading out with updates. You know, the process of final improvements is a little bit messy. Thanks a lot for your patience. So anyway, and some photos of things that are going on there. So, for those who questioned or thought that perhaps they had fallen off the face of the earth, whatever, no, that is not the case. They are working on it, and we'll have to keep our eyes and ears to that. Jake, you have a new iRankings? I'll see if I can do something about that. I'm always interested in... Jake Sperry here in the audience is Sim Racing Observer, one of the quality voices of sim racing. And he is saying there's a new sim race rankings, unless I'm just not seeing it. Wow, look at Mitchell de Jong. This is the 2018 driver rankings. I'm not sure if this is what Jake is even talking about, but there you go. Mitchell de Jong killing everybody. A 4,000 point lead over Mac Backham. Insane. Martin Kroenke in fourth, like half as many points. This is insanity what we're seeing here. I am blown away by what Mitchell de Jong. I just think I raced against him not even a year ago at CXC, and we were pretty comparable, to be honest with you. And now nobody can stop that kid, and nobody can stop him in the online, in the open world, or in the rally version. So wow, that is insane. That is quite insane. And congratulations to Jake for putting that together. You can see the full list at Sim Racing Observer. So that is going to do it for today. I'm going to be back. I'll be back on the air in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in that range. And I will be doing my practice for Spa. Last night, I had a good and bad night of practice, but I was frustrated because my audio, everything was going wrong. I couldn't get the game started. Everything seemed to be going wrong. And then I finally got in, got to work, and got some decent lap times. Today, I will be practicing with the Avid Chronic Racing team and the guys that I'll be driving the race this weekend with. So I'll get to see where I stand against them, and I'm a little afraid because I think I'm a little off the pace, which means we have some hard work to do. I think I'll go radio silent tonight, probably not have the chat in my view, and I'll probably not jump in the audio chat with the mass group because I'll be with my team, and it should be a little quieter, a little easier to concentrate. But that'll be coming up in the next hour and a half, 2 hours, if you want to see some iRacing and the Mercedes AMG at Spa in preparation. That'll be at 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30. I'm arranging or coordinating with my team. But that will, in the next couple hours, we should be back on the air for sure. And beyond that, I want to add and congratulate and welcome Wasted White Boy to the map up there. He's actually, it's hard to see because there's two, but just inside, between Vancouver Island and Canada, there's another little tiny island, and that's where Wasted White Boy is from. Thank you for letting us know, and you are now on the map as well. And thank you all for being here. Look at that, 30 minutes. Not a lot of news, but a lot of little topics, and had fun doing it. So thank you for being part of the pit crew. Thank you for being here each morning, making talking sim racing so much fun. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.